All right, welcome back to Film Studies. Dylan, can I have you hit that middle light switch for me? Thank you, sir. Last class, we looked at the hero's journey. Today, we're going to look at the hero's journey again. So if you have your paper from last time, pull it out. If you don't have it, raise your hand and I'll bring you one. Papers? Need them? Got them? Sweet. Then just going to use it. Minutes and clean. See there, sorry about that. Anyone else have a disclosure? I'll take it. So let's take a look at this handout. And we watched the first half of the movie Thor. And let's look at some, where have we found ourselves on this handout so far in terms of status quo, call to adventure, aid and crossing thresholds and stuff like that, okay? So, this, if we remember, the hero's journey has to do with what kind of story is being monitored in the hero's journey. When we look at the hero, oh yeah, Andrew.
Like cocky at the beginning.
Okay.
Really cocky.
Right, so status quo, we look at some adjectives that describe Thor. Andrew starts us off with the word cocky. How else would we describe him? Arrogant, definitely. Good answer. Andrew? Spoiled, uh-huh. Definitely. So we're looking at Thor's inner journey, that is to say his personal growth or personal development through the course of this movie. And the status quo at the beginning is he is heir to the throne, right? So like he's going to be king. It's even his coronation day in Asgard. But he's a cocky, prideful, impulsive dude. And that proves to be problematic. What would you say is the call to adventure in Thor's journey? Colin? Dylan?
Probably when his power gets taken away, trying to get back to his hammer, I guess.
Okay. Let's hold on to that one because we might be able to find even a better spot for that one in the movie. If we're looking at call to adventure, aid, and crossing the threshold. Yeah, Catherine.
The call to adventure when those people try to steal
Yeah, when the frost giants, thank you, they show up and they try and steal the relic, and it interrupts his day, his coronation ceremony, right? And so his response to that is going to their planet, right, and getting in a big fight. He has some aid. Interestingly, at that point, his aid is the warriors, right? The Asgardian people. And then if we were to look at crossing the threshold, when does he cross the threshold from his normal world into the unknown or into his special world? Luke.
When he gets banished.
Yeah, when he gets banished, he gets sent to Earth by his father, Odin, and he gets his powers taken away. He then gets a little bit more aid, doesn't he? He meets Jane and Eric and Darcy, and they give him additional aid after crossing the threshold. He goes through some challenges and trials. What might we describe his challenges and trials as? Some examples of. There's a lot. Jesus. His powers being gone, definitely. What goes with that? Trying to get back the hammer. Definitely. So he goes through. He finds himself in the hospital, and has to struggle with the fact that he doesn't have powers anymore, and he has to break out on his own strength. Definitely. The approach in the hero's journey is when the hero is about to reach his goal, or the goal he thinks that he has. So what are the specific trials and challenges that would make up the approach, the last thing before?
Him trying to get his hammer back.
Yeah, so like breaking into the facility and going through all the guards and like getting to the hammer in the middle of the tent city there. We experience the crisis, the abyss, when Thor is at his very worst moment, which is when he can't pick it up. He tries and he finds that he's not worthy. And so that message of you are not worthy to hold the hammer, you are not worthy to have the power you've been given, is his crisis moment, his darkest hour. And he's going to have some processing to do before he can get to, well, I guess processing is the transformation, the change into hopefully a better person, right? So we're going to continue to watch the Thor movie today, and at the end of it, we will fill out the remainder of these things. Look for how does he change? What are the processes that help him to become a better person? What does he do to atone, that is, to pay for the mistakes he has made? And what is the result of his atonement? And then what is his return to, his known world look like? And then we'll see how things wrap up. Okay, any questions before we start? All right.